Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Thursday, November 13th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I'll start with the big picture, and that is to say, this is a weekly chart, goes back several years, holding above 183.42, a channel bottom we actually tested late last week. Maintains a stable to, yes, bullish framework as we move through the rest of the year, holding above 183.42. This could be within 3 to 5 weeks. 219.64 in reach. 219.64 is part of a range up to 229.45, a rising channel top that can absorb buying pressures through Q1 of next year. This is an exhaustion area where we can grow overbought on a quarterly basis and fall away from here. So that is really kind of the dynamic through the rest of the year. You can bottom pick 183.42 in anticipation of the 219 to 229 region over the next 3 to 5 weeks. Could take the better part of 2 months. And it looks sort of like this on the daily chart. 184.09 is the same exact structure, 183.42 on the weekly chart. We spiked below that last Friday, came off of it nicely, obviously, on Monday, and above which the next 2 to 3 weeks, 215.81, I think, is likely. And as we move through time over the next 2 to 3 weeks, it converges anyway with that static level at 219.64, which is nothing more than an A, B, C count. You know, B minus C plus B is 219.64. So I'm not going to get into all that. You can freeze frame and take a look at that if you want to do the simple math. So that is kind of the big picture. Now, of course, if we were to close below 183.42, this week, I don't see it, but, we could perhaps. Certainly by the end of next week, it could happen. Once again, I'm not anticipating it, but if the market does that, it is tipping its hand into December. And what it is basically telling us is over the next 1 to 3 weeks with a high volatility market, 3 to 5 weeks with a more restrained volatility like we saw over the last couple of months, 155.49 likely. And that is the extreme channel bottom that is stronger than 183.42 in that it can contain selling into the first quarter, through the rest of the year into the first quarter. And from here we can round up to the static level at 219.64 within about 2 to 3 months. Finally, it would, over the weeks ahead, a settlement of below 155.49 that would anticipate 117.80 as a 2 to 3 month target. And this is a long-term channel bottom, able to contain selling through all of 26 if tested. I only expect it unless we close below 155.49, and I only expect 155.49 unless we close below 183.42. Until then, I am expecting that 219.64 up to the 228.94 area. 229.45 is a steeply rising channel top, which will be in the stratosphere by the time we even approach this 19 to 28 region. So there you have it. So let's take a look at the kind of the day itself, the chart itself.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and Nvidia, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
We still have 195.55 as a session containment level. We closed above it on Monday. We opened back below it on Tuesday. We opened just above it on Wednesday. And I'm going to call that a hold because it is so close, as you can see. 195.55 is an upward pivot point through the rest of the week and into next. If we close above 195.55 today, and you might want to include upper left that 195.89 high from Wednesday. If we close above 195.89 or even 55, I'm good with that. If we close above that area, then 207.04, with this kind of volatility for the last couple of days, by the end of next week, we can top out there on a daily basis and if settled above, should then yield our 2 to 3 week target at 215.81 in as little as 3 to 5 days, perhaps closing above 207.04, a full week away from reaching that 2 to 3 week objective at 215.81. So you may be long the market right now, slipping into the lower 180s. Last Friday, that was a buy opportunity. We did not close below that structure. We certainly closed the week above it, and that was an indication for you to hold that long position. And if you're a 2 to 3 week swing trader, you're holding for what is now the mid 210s and climbing. If you're more of like a 2-month position player, let's say you're holding for the 219 to 228 area. I could round up 220 to 229, something like that. Now, let's take a look at the downside today. I don't see it. What I don't see is 183.42 to 184.09. That's just, something of a great surprise would have to come out. So what is possible, though, is 188.32, and I have that as an intraday support level still. That is the high of the low from last Friday. It can contain intraday, quite possibly daily selling pressures. I think this is our day trade setup here, buying 188.32, selling 195.55. If we close above 195.55, you reverse and you're long into next week, anticipating 207.04. On an intraday basis, pushing through, opening above 195.55 will allow 199.47 intraday. Once again, closing above 195.55, 207.04 likely by the end of next week. Holding below 195.55 will keep the 183.42 to 184.09 area in reach over the next few days. I just don't know how likely that is. What I do want to say is closing below 188.32 sets that up tomorrow. 183.42, 184.09, able to contain selling through the rest of the year, and above which 215.81 remains a 2 to 3 week target. And of course, if we close tomorrow, Friday, below 183.42, all bets are off. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. You'll be able to see our stock pick from this Tuesday that we put out on Xpeng, the Chinese EV company. We've got another one coming out today. You can see it all for free by taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. I will be back tomorrow, of course, with Friday's Nvidia report, and you have a fabulous day.